looking at the LA Kings, Kempe 4 goals, 5 points in the 5 games. Byfield 4 helpers, but no goals, and then it just it fell off. Fiala had a goal. LaFerriere
and 3 or whatever the hell his name is.
Pierre-Luc Dubois, 5 games, 1 goal, no helpers.
Oh, was he bad?
And non-existent.
4 shots in 5 games.
I'm trying to remember how this guy was a powerful force in the league because I just see someone floating the whole night.
He played that series against Toronto in the bubble.
Columbus,
I believe it was. He was a force, an absolute force.
Just like I know he was good. I'm trying to imagine what it looks like. Like he must have just been this wrecking ball, this power forward, winning puck battles, hustling. And then you watch him and you're like, God, this looks like a men's league. Like he is just floating. No urgency. Down a goal, series on the line. Maybe I win the race. Maybe I don't. Who's to say?
Yeah. Fat and sassy.
You know what? I more like Pierre-Luc Dubois, if you're asking me. That's kind of
trademark that,
right? I mean,
sell those tees.
Get some shirts made. You could get those sold in LA.
PL Dubois. Yeah. I would.
And then he's just like,
I don't know, yeah. Oh, because my name's Dubois and it rhymes, so it's whatever.
I don't really care about the shirt or hockey or anything. Brutal.
$8.5 million per season.
Right, but it's a short term, is it not?
Ends in 30-31.
Okay.
It's
so bad. The hockey rumor websites, which are never right, are even like, Dubois for Huberdeau. That's how bad this has gone in LA. That's even being bandied about.
Now, question, because the 8-year deal kicks in this year, so this is year 1. Starting next year, and for each of the 4 years, there's a no move clause, and then in the final 3, it's a modified no move. He does not have a no move clause in the 23-24 season.
Hello, minors.
Can you trade him before? Because I'm guessing
who wants him? That's where we start.
Yeah,
the answer is nobody. So then, what are you taking back to get rid of him?
You would do Huberdeau for him?
Would you?
Sure, you would.
Probably just for the cap
savings.
Yeah. And so now LA is like, oh, we have to make cap space for this deal to go through to take on a player that's equally disappointing. It's problem for problem.
I would say this about Huberdeau. He hasn't performed and he's never going to up for that money. But I don't know if we've been disappointed in Huberdeau, but I don't know if we'd be as disappointed as if you were a Kings fan watching PLD.
We would be, here's a word, apoplectic.
Yeah.
Good word.
Because I think it's not just the fact that he's not getting points. It's just the way he carries himself, what's happening in the room.
And the room hates him.
Wow, yeah, you heard the quotes all season, and it felt like everything was pointed at that guy.
And he's played on more than one team and done it.
And
basically, like,
he's got
Huberdeau got moved from Florida, fell on his face, doesn't look good. Maybe you'd go, well, he's going to get us 50 to 60 points, and maybe if he gets more vitamin D in LA, things are okay. He could drive his Ferrari, right? Like, maybe there's still PLD has done enough damage to his name and his brand that anyway.
PLD had now we were unhappy with the Huberdeau points. What did he get to this year?
He ended up with 52.
52.
Less than last year.
Yeah.
But many of those 52 coming in the second half of the season.
PL Dubois in 82 games, played all 82, had 16 goals and 40 points.
More.
And a -9. And you look around, there's Dano plus 12, Doughty plus 15, Byfield plus 19, Dubois -9.
Dubois.
So, and because that's the other thing, you probably you wouldn't do that deal
if you were
the Flames. You would say
considerably younger, but the Huberdeau is not one thing right now, and that's a problem in the room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a big piece. I think Huberdeau can be a middle six winger. You just have to ignore the salary. I don't know what Pierre-Luc Dubois can be, except the problem because his effort isn't there. At least Huberdeau is going through the motions of trying.
It does. Exactly. I would say that I don't like Huberdeau's production, and I didn't like the deal, and I got lots of problems with him. But
Yeah.
I don't get the feeling that everyone in the room is disgusted by him.
No. And again, the second half of the year that we just watched is his best half of a season in Calgary. If he can stretch that over a full campaign, now we're talking about a 60 to 70 point player.
And even if you were looking to make it, you're hoping maybe some way down the road you can.
Anyway.
This isn't the deal you want to get done. This is probably not the return.
It feels a lot like Lucic Neal, where it's like, look, these are two problems, and we could swap them. But we could argue for years about who actually got the better out of that. I don't like. Sure, you could, but are you further ahead, or are you still a team with a problem?
And I think I know the answer, but with Huberdeau's second half, like December or before December, it was like, go sit in the stands. We don't need.
Well, even December at one point. After that's kind of where you get going a bit.
So anyway, so with his second half, do you not feel like? Let's squint. Come on, everybody. Let's really squint hard here, because maybe, just maybe, we're talking about a 65-point guy. Do you have any belief how do you say it, Dean?
Dubois. Yeah.
Dubois. Do you have any thoughts that that's happening with him?
No.
Yeah, and just as you didn't last year this time with Huberdeau, right? So what you would hope is that
was Huberdeau's first year of failure.
Yeah, I feel like
he was a point per game player for 5 years in a row before he got to Calgary. It was not just
he hadn't whined his way or burned his bridges or complained about. I mean, he was in Florida on a first place team, so maybe hard to complain. But
they didn't. Yeah.
Dubois did that in 2 spots prior. I got to get out of here. I'm too good for here. Oh, no, next place. I'm too good for here. I need money and sun.
Yeah, Dubois did it twice.
I want nothing to do with that guy.
Yeah, nothing.
Unless I phone him and say, "How's your back?" and he says, "Stabbing pain."
God, I wouldn't believe how much pain I'm in.
Yeah, my sciatica.
Everything's off. Then maybe.
Dubois had 27 goals and 63 points last year. And again, like the year before in Winnipeg, 28 and 60. I'm not saying he'll ever get back there again, but all the skills to do it are still there. Do you want to be the psychologist here that tries to fix him? Because the tools are all still there.
The problem for me was that I thought, okay, he's going to have a shitty year and he's not maybe what you want, but damn it, when the playoffs start, he's going to step it up.
He's 25, and this is the worst year of his career. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
He's played 7 years in the league because he played as an 18-year-old.
It's the worst year of his career.
In his theoretical age prime.
You can't do it, right? You can't roll the dice. Just be like you say. It seems like it's fairly established between Columbus and Winnipeg and LA that he is not a well-liked person. And when you have that shit in your locker room, it can just torpedo the whole thing. Especially when that's a guy that's supposed to be if he's your third or fourth liner or whatever, it's like, okay, guy's a dick, but whatever. He plays 9 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Not when you're expecting him to lead you to the promised land.
Yeah, that was.
And he's not doing it, and he's an asshole. So I feel bad. Now maybe he is a nice guy. We're just kind of so to Mr. Dubois, if in fact you are a nice person, and these are just erroneous.
You got
rumors.
some kids' clothing for him if he's ever.
Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff for you. All kinds of stuff.
And so you again, it's not an absolute no-fly zone, but you're probably just in the spot you're in, trying to get rid of a contract.
See, a lot of teams have it. It's not a one-team thing. It happens in a lot of markets.
Yeah,
high-paid player.
2/3 of teams are wasting about $10 million spent poorly.
Yeah, you just look at it that way. That's
just how every team's got $10 million. That's your dumb decision pile. Cost you $10 million.
Yeah,
whether that's your James Neal buyout or your Connor Brown $3 million signing bonus or Jack Campbell 4 in the minors, like every team's spending that money.
Yep. I wonder what they'll do because I believe Jim Hiller is the interim. I wonder what they'll do for a coach there.
They'll hire someone else, is my guess.
Yeah.
The real question is not the coach. It's that Rob Blake's contract, I believe, is either up or he's got 1 year left. They'll make a decision on him. And then the new GM or Rob will make the coaching decision. You don't do the
you
coach before the GM, right?
Do you feel a little bit shitty because the Dubois thing is going to haunt Rob Blake right now? Like everyone's
for sure.
What an idiot!
It sunk
But
his battleship this year.
You know what I mean? But you had a kid that, what you said, 65 points, and is saying, "I want it." Wasn't he saying basically, "I want to get to LA"?
Well, I just think if you're the GM of the LA Kings and someone's not happy in Winnipeg, you're like, perfect, bring him in here. Everyone loves LA. Like,
Yeah.
Who doesn't like playing in LA?
That's my point, is that he's going to get roasted for this deal. And I don't think it has a damn thing to do with him. I mean, maybe you could research the character of the kid, but
well, you'd have to. Yeah. It's just that I don't know that anyone saw this happening this way.
And the other part of it is so you brought Dubois in and he's not worked for you and you signed him to this extension, and that's horrible. You got fleeced in a trade. This isn't a free agent that you signed and is bombing.
Yeah.
You gave away some like Dreger said the other day, if you trade Gabe Vilardi for PL Dubois, you're still losing the deal, but you also gave 2 more players and a pick.
It was a second rounder, then Kapari and Iafallo as well. Those are very useful parts. Never mind Vilardi, it looks like he's blossoming into a star, albeit the guy that's always had health issues, and yes, had health issues, but yeah, it's an absolute landslide for Cheveldayoff. It's just, you would have thought Dubois unhappy in Winnipeg, that's rock bottom. And if rock bottom is 60 points and 27 goals, wait till he's happy here. And he found a new layer of unhappiness or lack of productivity in a spot where he really was set up to succeed. Their depth down the middle is insane.
I probably shouldn't touch this or bring it up. What's going on off ice?
I think that's a huge piece of this, because like I noted, and we all understand, all the physical tools are still there to be a 30-goal, 65-point wrecking ball, 6'4", 225-pound power forward that plays the middle. It's all still there. He's 25. What the hell's happening away from the rink?
Yeah.
Hard to imagine it's nothing.
Yeah. Kind of hard to imagine it's nothing.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
And so if you really wanted to take it on, you better have the best, between the ears coaches in the league, because that's where this lies.
Yeah.
Give a fuck meter's broken.
Or just hire some super sleuths to figure it out,
or someone to break his back. Get Tanya Harding on the case. Lead pipe.
Wonky back. Yeah.
I'll do it.
LTIR.
A couple bucks. Free tickets.
Rat gets free tickets for taking out a kneecap.
Because aside from him, you'd probably be very happy to be the coach of the LA Kings.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long-form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.